This is Teddy Parham talking to you. I'm coming to you the 1st of November, and this is the beginning of a very important time in the citizens in the city of Richmond. There are a lot of things that are happening in our city, and they're being controlled by people of greed, people with no integrity, people with no honor. I mean, they are the scum, the bottom of the earth, and they're taking over everything. They're taking over our children with homosexuality. They put the homosexuals in the Boy Scouts, and I don't think they should be. I think those children should be allowed to grow up like little boys, and then when they get of age, if they want to do something different, they can. It's their choice. I want them to be happy. But don't plant seeds of hate. Our children are dying out there. Your children are dying, not mine. Mine are living because you're not taking time to talk to them. You're not teaching them what you should. Some of you all are too busy running the streets. Your children are dying. You need to wake up. Now, our government. Let's talk about the government in the city of Richmond. I met a young man a while ago, and we had some things in common. I'm going to say this to you. I do not lie. I have integrity. I have honor. And I have the higher power within me. I can say this. I'm not perfect, but I'm his child. And I strive to make a difference in somebody's life every day. I want to tell you about a young man that I met that I feel God has put in my life, my higher power. You can have what you want. You can be an atheist or whatever. His name is Chris Dorsey. He and I, we had a lot of things in common. We loved people, and we automatically clicked, but we didn't automatically see eye to eye. I gotta let little Kiki in. Look, we hooked up. I heard him and showed him the homeless, the hungry, the downtrodden, the smacked down, the ones you got on medication, you control it. I heard him down and introduced him to a lot of people. He's met a lot of people, and he knew a lot of people. And I looked at him, I say, we got to help these people. Help me help these people. They're hungry, they're cold, they're dying, they're lonely, they're being taunted, they're being locked up, they're being fined, fees that they know that the judges know that these people can't pay, and then you put penalty and interest, and then you lock them back up. You all have gotten so freaking greedy in the courts until it's pathetic. All it is about money. You forget you're working with human beings, flesh and blood, because you're no better yourself. You just have that immunity. Well, your day is going to come, and I'm praying, I'm telling you, I'm praying to my Father that each of you that have hurt me, hurt Dorsey, hurt my family, hurt the people in this city that have worked so hard like myself. And know what? I've worked, and I volunteered. Y'all trying to take all that away from me? Chris Dorsey, I love you. You're running for sheriff in this evil city. You're going to win, my brother, because there is so much love in you. You are a soul brother. This is my tribute to you, and I thank you for helping me work with these people. And you know it's getting ready to get cold, and we got to get donations and blankets. It's so much going on in our lives. Y'all keeping us so busy that it's hard to physically get out there and help the people and get the donation. We need help. We need you to vote on November the 5th for a man that has a heart. Sure, he hadn't run a jail before. He hadn't worked down the jail before, but you know, he has common sense. Something you all don't have. You have your book knowledge, and that's what's going to take you down. You got your dirty lawyers. You got your dirty Commonwealth attorneys. Teddy Parham is saying to you, your time grows near. Your time grows near. You have hurt these people in this city and in this state. You have ignored them. You're trying to tell women how to control their bodies. A lot of you all are sexual predators. But you got the title congressman, senator, delegate. May each of you that's doing that, may my Father fix it so you can't. You need to be taken off somewhere and hung. There is no cure for that sexuality, for that thing with the children. I'm telling you, I want you guys to go on Oprah.com and look at the videos concerning the child molesters and predators in the jail, how they're on the islands and why they're on the islands. When you see this 4-part movie that Oprah put together, it will stop and make you think. Love your children. Do what's right. Find the dirty teachers in the school administration. You got one leading, Jeffrey Bourne, you need to come out, son. Y'all just keep putting trash. You're buying nothing with our money. Look at the billions and trillions of dollars of the taxpayers' money that you have wasted. And what do you think you're doing? We got to take you guys down. People come out and vote. Chris Dorsey, make a change. He's out there. And I want to say this about Occupy Richmond. Chris Dorsey was never put out of Occupy Richmond. Chris Dorsey gave up his position in the organization. He was man enough. He said, I'm tired of this crap. They're trying to hurt him, kill him, knock him down. He left. He said he was through with the organization. That was the last night I was there at the church in the West End, and we listen to people, and I'm watching and looking, and they're lying. So it was my turn to say what I had to say, and I got in there and I told them, I said, you know, you all, most of y'all, 90% of y'all Caucasian, 95% of y'all, I say you hate your own. I see y'all hate that boy so badly. Grown men picking him up by his neck trying to kill him. What the hell is wrong with you? What are you on? That is pure hate. J.C. Wilmore, you pick Chris up like that and hurt him, beat his head against the pole. You an evil sucker. I saw you Sunday when I was at the bus stop, nigga. I hope you crash and burn. I pray you crash and burn in that little car of yours. So the next turn you take, if you don't make it right, you'll run off and kill yourself in the name of my Father. We got to take these evil people out. I have powers from my Father. I was beaten almost to death by a deputy sheriff. Went out with 4 young ladies and 2 guys going to Ted Phillips, a fireman for the City of Richmond retirement party. We were on our way there. And we didn't have the exact address. So we stopped at this place over in Southside called Destiny. We were dressed to impress. And Ted is a friend of mine, and we were going there. So we stopped there, and I asked the guy, I said, we looking for Ted Phillips' place. It's a clubhouse near here somewhere. They're having a retirement party. He says, this is his place. This is one of his places. But y'all can come on in, and we'll call him. So anyway, I looked at them. I said, what y'all think? Y'all want to go on or what? Now, I had been to the dentist that day. He had started the root canal, hadn't had nothing to drink, had eaten and take my meds, and we were going to have a good time. I don't get to go out very often, so I was thrilled. We left from the Regulars Club on Chamberlain Avenue, where I have several friends in that club. So we go to Southside, get to the place, Destiny, over there across from Church's Fried Chicken. I'm telling you, that's the place where the hole in the wall, where it's one door in and one door out. Every guy on the wanted list in Virginia goes in that place. That place was foul. We went in there, and we paid $7 a piece to go in while we wait for this guy to call Ted. So anyway, my girlfriend say, y'all want something to drink? I told him, I said, y'all get the order, I'll take it. Anyway, I get their order and walk up to this little place where they done fixed look like a little bar. And I didn't like the place. I looked around. It was one room with 200 people in it. Every MF in the world in there. Every thug, every child molester, every thief, every rapist was in that room. And I told my girlfriend, I went back to the table, Lady E. I said, I don't like this. I don't like this place. And she laughed. She said, go and get our drinks. So I went and got in this so-called line, standing up against the wall when I saw this woman take a beer bottle. This bitch took the beer bottle and held it in her hand. It was full. And she saw her boyfriend in that little room with another woman. She took that beer bottle and hummed that mother across the room and hit that man in the back of the head. And he stood up and she stood up. Everybody at the table stood and a fight started and they started stampeding. People were running all over the place. I get outside just standing there to catch my breath because I stood up against the wall. I practiced fire safety. I stood up against the wall. When you're in a room and it's a stampede of people, you find somewhere near a wall where you can crouch down instead of people running out the door stampeding each other. There need to be fire signs in the building. I can go on and on and on. But anyway, the bottom line is this deputy sheriff was out there in the brown uniform. Everybody was standing all on the sidewalk. It was chaos. Lady E had fell down in the floor. She got out. And all of a sudden I was standing there and this deputy sheriff in the brown uniform, I said, oh my God, are you patrolling on the inside and the outside? I said, you see what just happened? He pepper sprayed me in my face. All them people, he pepper sprayed me in my face while I was standing out there with my friends. And then when I went and grabbed my face and I carried pepper spray, it was burning. And I grabbed my face and he hit me in my chest, double thrust punch like Bruce Lee. He knocked my bony ass, tail, behind, bottom, body. He knocked me 10 feet across the porch. I had never seen this guy in my life. Everybody hollered. They moved back. They couldn't believe what they saw. This guy came over to the porch and grabbed me up by my neck and turned me over and put handcuffs on me. Everybody was hollering and screaming. He drugged me off that porch. They have since put a railing up there. This sucker drugged me off the porch by the handcuffs with my arms behind me, across the grass, across the sidewalk, up to the curb, and guess what was right there? He had called a fucking ambulance. I'm burning up, hands locked behind me. He done drugged me like a piece of trash. Didn't know him at all. Throw me in the ambulance, and they made them take the handcuffs off me, and they pulled my arms from behind me, and they started pouring this fluid in my face and neutralized that. It felt like acid, and the woman was trying to take my blood pressure. Look, he beat me. I didn't even know him. I had never seen this man a day in my life, but guess what? He did. He wrote a legal piece of paper stating that I was obstructing justice. Now, I say this. Kevin Ferguson, known as Fat Daddy, that worked down at that jail, still worked down at that jail. Michelle Mitchell knew about it. Michael Hearn knew about it. All these people knew about it, and they did nothing. We went to court. He was trying to get me arrested. He done beat my ass. I'm on the ground. End up going to Stewart Circle Hospital where they kept me. And he gonna put me in jail, write me a summons or whatever the paper was saying I was obstructing justice. Michelle Mitchell knew about it. Everybody knew about it. He didn't get a day. I didn't get $1. But from that, I have had 5 heart attacks, a stroke. I had to learn how to walk and talk again. And you know what? I made a promise to my father that I was going to continue working with the homeless, the hungry, the downtrodden, the very people that you all despise. Those are the ones I pick up. Woody, you're out. You're a fucking criminal. Ain't no other way to say it. I'm not going to be a lady. Screw that. You all have killed people. Women have lost children down there in that jail. You see the video. Go online. Look on RVA for Peace. Look on Teddy Pearl. You got to look. You can just put my name, TEDDY PARHAM, in the computer and hit enter and see what you're going to get. We got to change this world. We got to do something with these child molesters. We got to wrap them. We got to wrap them up. We got to put them maybe on an army base. Let them live on an army base outside of the community. Why are we putting those murderers in the city? Why are they living next door to you? Put them on them vacant army bases. Use the army bases. They're sitting there. That's where you need to put these people, where they can do what they do to each other. Even though you've passed gay rights, screw that, because that gives them the opportunity to violate any law with anybody's child. And you know, you might start out with a man, same sex, but it's only a matter of time before you end up with a child. Trust me, it is an illness. It is a mental illness. You guys need to be treated. I can still love you, but I don't agree with you adopting children. I don't agree with the governor telling a woman what she can do with her body. I'm all woman. These real. I had to get surgery to save these. He hit me in my chest so hard. I had to get surgery to save my breasts. I'm not afraid to tell you what I had to do. But you did that to me, Kevin Ferguson. You're a deputy sheriff. You were a deputy sheriff. You live in Hound and Hall. You even wrote a book called Justice or Generosity or something like that. But you going down too. And I want you all to know that Chris Dorsey, when he gets in as sheriff, he's going to hire back the employees that had compassion and love in their heart and reported things about inmates, and you all got rid of them for one reason or other. He's going to hire you back once he's sheriff and give you a raise. He's a fair man. Do the right thing. Think about your children. Think about your husband walking home. It's a lot of things going on. People are killing, murdering, dying. We need change in the government. The government has set this all up. Now it's out of control. You got to protect yourself. You never could depend on the government. They are paid officials. Bottom line. So vote for Chris Dorsey. I love you. We need blankets. Gently used clean blankets. We need those. And I'm going to give you a date in a church or facility to bring these blankets. We need thermals. We need gloves. We need warm camping gear that you're not using anymore. The sleeping bags, the tents. Please help the people. It could be you. Listen